So I overheard some discussions, and people were saying, I heard some like comparisons of mean and median and mode, which is very interesting. Okay. Because I heard someone say the center for median, but then I think I heard someone say, well, the mean is also kind of like finding a center. Mean, median, and mode are all three different ways to measure the center of the data, but they all mean something different. Okay. So first of all, the measure of central tendency is a value that describes the center of the data, okay? Or middle, if you want to say middle. Okay. So when I had to talk about this, somebody, Colin, I think I asked you, what did you describe the mean as?
Average.
Okay, the mean is the average. How do we find the average, Colin?
You take like all of them, then you divide them by the number that all of them are. Like the total number of all the examples you got.
So the sum divided by the total numbers. So if I have 5 numbers, I'm going to add them together and then divide by 5. If I have 10 numbers, I'm going to add them together and then divide by 10. Okay. Then I asked somebody. No, I didn't ask Amy. Median. Who did I ask about median? Was that you, Amelia? Okay. And she said the middle, right? Okay. If we're going to find the middle number, what are we going to have to do with our data points? What do they need to be in order for us to find the middle?
An odd number. Odd or even. An odd number.
They need to be in order.
Oh.
Like, look at this. I know what he said didn't make sense, but look at this, like, first problem. These data numbers, they're not in order of like smallest to largest. So they need to be in order from either smallest to largest or vice versa. So then, yes, you can cross off first and last. Boom, 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 until you get the middle. Now, Seth is saying, well, you need an odd number. You actually don't, because if you have an even number, then there's going to be 2 numbers that are in the middle. And what do you get to do with those?
Add them up and divide by 2.
You average them. Okay. And we'll look at an example like that. Okay. Now the mode kind of rhymes with most. Not really. The most occurring value. Now, what if I have 3 3s and 3 5s? Then there's 2 modes. That's why there's a, bless you, apostrophe or a parentheses S. There could be more than one mode. All right, and then I think whoever I called on did a really good job describing the range. Highest minus the lowest. What's our range of values? All right, so I'm going to give you this opportunity for one person from your table to get calculators for whoever needs them.
I'll do it since I'm in my sixth and then-
Carter volunteers as tribute. Oh no, Abby does.
I always want to.
I heard Carter. I heard Carter say you would. Carter, Carter, I heard you say you would.
You're welcome. I mean,
What?
I was reading your sticker.
Oh, Drew gave it to me.
Do you actually know the band Sublime? And you actually listen to them? No.
Santeria.
All right, so let's go ahead and put these in order. What number looks like the smallest? Ooh, I see 82. Okay, and then I see 86. I see two 86s. Now notice how I'm crossing them out as I write them in order, just so I don't like forget one. Okay. Oh, there's an 87. And now, oh, here's an 88. Here's an 88. And here's an 88. I found 3 of them. Do you see any more? Okay. All right, so now I see 2 89s. Would you agree? Okay. I see, oh, 3 90s. I see a 91. I see a 92. Hey, Sophia, you got really excited when we started talking about this. When did you start learning about mean, median, and mode?
4th grade.
Can we all just agree grade school?
Sure. We're elementary school. We're still in grade school.
Sorry, elementary school? Okay. Okay, so first of all, I want somebody to tell me how many data points do we have?
14. You just look.
Okay, so when we go to calculate the mean, we're gonna divide by 14, right? Okay, what I'd like you to do is I want you to add up all 14 of these numbers. With your calculator, don't do it in your head. Nirvan. What I didn't ask you to divide by 14. I want to know the sum of the 14 numbers. Oh, hold on.
1,230.
It'd really be cool if it was 1, 2, 3, 4, but. So you should be getting a sum of 1,236. Okay. This is going to be my suggestion to you. Think about it. Is it going to be pretty easy to make a mistake in putting numbers into your calculator? Okay. So I think that especially when you're in class, you use these scientific calculators where you can see what you're typing in, right? Also, in like a quiz situation, so our quiz next Thursday, I would definitely do the sum more than once to make sure you get the same thing 2 times in a row before you write it down. Okay, Abby, did you have a question? Okay, so When I take 1,236 and divide it by 14, we get, so let's say 88.3. Okay. Now, let's talk about real quick our modes. I think that's a pretty easy one to pick out right now. We have a number happening 3 times, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay. 88 is happening 3 times and 90 is happening 3 times. So we have 2 modes and that's okay. Okay. All right. We're going to come back to the median. Let's talk about the range since we have our calculators nearby. When we calculate the range, we're going to take our biggest number, 92, and we're going to subtract our smallest number, 82. Oh, I guess we didn't even need our calculators, did we? All right, now let's talk about the median because this takes a little bit of effort. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a little note to myself. So here's the first and the last. And then the second to last, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Oh no. Okay. So I have 2 numbers that are in the center because we have an even number. Okay. So what do I need to do, Sophia? Okay, so I'm going to average these together. All right, since we have 2 numbers in the center, we're going to average them. And so we have 88.5 in this case when we take 88 plus 89 divided by 2. Okay, how about you do this for me? How about I'll give you a couple minutes to do number 3. Number 3, there's 9 data points. So I think that will be helpful in our time frame here. The number of fingers, how many minutes do you need? Just the next one.
0 or none?
None. Oh, you know what? I have the answer to number 2, so I can check the answers.
I'm doing it as well, but on.
Okay, how many data points do we have in this one?
Why did you skip over a problem?
Because I wanted one with an odd number. So those of you who did number 2 on accident, the mean is 24.9, the median is 25, the mode is 25, and the range is 38. Good job, Gail. Good job, Reagan. Okay, for those of us who did what I asked you to do. Who has the sum of these 9 numbers? 766? Okay, when you have your quiz, when you do your homework, I need to see this. Otherwise, you're gonna miss points for when you get it wrong. Okay, I need to see your sum over the number of data points. Then you can give me your answer of 85.1. Okay. Kane, what's the median? 84. This time we have a middle number. Okay. Avery, what's the mode? None. Avery was a little bit worried about what to write. There is not a number that repeats, so we just write none. Okay. Don't write the number 0 because I don't think 0 is a data point. Okay. And then our range, top minus bottom. What do we get, Peyton? We agree with 26? Okay, let's go ahead and go to the next page. Okay, so Trevin has 4 grades in science so far. 97, 78, 89, and 94. He has a test coming up. What grade would he need so his overall average is at least a 90? Okay. Overall average, what do you think we're going to use? Okay. Mean. We're going to find the mean of how many numbers? 5. We want the average of 5 numbers. However, do we know all 5? No, we know 97, 78, 89, 94, and we don't know the 5th data point. But we know we want the average to be what? We want it to be exactly 90? So 90 or more. No, we can be. Okay, so could somebody please add these 4 numbers together for me? Like this? Okay. Hey, guess what? No, guess what we can do? We can multiply both sides by what? 5. What is 90 times 5? Good job. Now what can we do?
We can subtract.
We can subtract.
Oh my God, I remember doing.
We did this in like August or September.
What do we get?
A high number.
Okay. Okay. Did you want to write this one? 92?
So he has to get a 92 or better.
Okay. So he has to get a 92 or better to get an A.
When we write 92, do we have to write X greater than?
So you could say he needs a 92 or greater. Or if you give me that inequality, that would be great. Okay. Okay. So, in number 6, Melody runs the 400-yard dash.
Oh, wow.
Look at her 6 times.
That's a lot.
63.5, 67.9, 64. Okay, I'm not gonna read them all. But do you see them?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. Is there a mode?
No.
Wait.
I do not believe so.
Okay. So here's what I want you to discuss. Let's say we calculate her mean and her median. But then we drop her slowest time. Which measure of central tendency is going to be affected the most? Without calculating, have a discussion with your elbow partner. What's going to be affected more?
I think that picture at the end is the effective.
All right,
No.
Andrew, what do you and Nathan think? Okay, Andrew and Nathan think the mean is going to be affected the most. Yes.
I think the median.
Okay, only one of you is right. Okay, so if I listed these numbers in order, 67.9 would be at the end, right?
Sure.
So 67.9 is far away from the median. I mean, far away from the mean. Well, both. Okay. The mean is going to be affected more because it's a number at the end of the data set. If I take out a number in the middle, the mean is not going to be affected as much because we're in the middle. Okay, the median's going to move a little bit more. Okay, but at the ends, our mean is going to be affected greater. Okay, and if you don't believe me, you can take the time and find it. Okay. All right. Now, does anybody remember what an outlier is?
Yeah.
A person? Okay. Okay. So a data value that is much smaller or much larger than the rest. Okay. So an outlier is going to skew the data, okay, especially our mean. Okay. If we think about, just real quick, I'm going to come back up to like this example right here. If I were to add in like the number 2, right? If I add in the number 2, is my median going to be much different? My median? No, my median is going to shift to be like 83. But my mean is now going to be 768 divided by 10. That's going to greatly impact my mean. Okay, it would be. So an outlier is going to affect the mean. So when we're choosing a measure of central tendencies, the mean is going to be the most accurate when there are no outliers. Oh, it already says when. That's silly. Okay, the median is going to be better when there are outliers and the middle of the data doesn't have gaps. Okay, if there's a lot of big gaps, that's not going to be helpful. Yes.
What's that A with outliers?
What?
The A with outliers.
I'm trying to talk and write at the same time. Okay, now the mode is going to be better when there's many repeated values. Not going to lie, this is not going to be a very popular option for a measure of central tendency. Okay. So we need to decide on these three questions right here. So look at number 7, the number of wins by a hockey team in the last 8 years. So if I put these in order, we would have 26, 38. I don't see a 32. 48. Nope. 45, 48, 49, 52, 54, 56. All right. So what do we think? Do we have an outlier? 26 is an outlier. So if 26 is an outlier, what's going to be our best option? Okay. Okay, how about a number 8? Do we have any outliers?
No.
No, we don't.
Whoa.
So the mean is going to be the best. How about number 9? We have lots. So I wanted to make sure that we got done with notes in time for you to go ahead and start your assignment here in class. Your assignment is page 3 and 4. 3 and 4. Do not photo math them.
Why can't we photo math? What's photo math?
I was just about to ask. She went first yesterday.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna amend. I will let you pick. So I want you to do all of page 4, but I will let you pick 4 of the 6 on page 3. You can cross 2 out, pick 4 of the 6 on page 3, and then do all of page 4.